the most wonderful real estate podcast ever. The show that gives you the lowdown on how to become a successful real estate entrepreneur. With more than 30 years of experience, America's top female real estate investor Dwan is an expert in financial freedom and turning dreams into realities. Now's your chance to become a Dwandernaire with the help of Dwan. Here's to a flaming hot foreclosure market with the help of Dwan. Cheers.
Hey, welcome to the most wonderful real estate podcast ever. Super excited that you're here today, as always. And I have a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on. Do you know what time it is? Yes, we're rolling into the third quarter of the year. Real estate investing and with the banking industry, this is by far the most exciting time of the year. There's so many things going on. So I am Dwan Twyford. I'm America's most sought after real estate investor, and I'm your host. And this is the most wonderful real estate podcast ever. Our motto here is people before profits. If that resonates with you, you're at the right place, and this is your time. I was fired from Denny's. I was a broke single mom. And I went on to become one of the top real estate investors in the entire country. So I have over 500,000 students, and I have $500 million in personal deals closed, over 2,000 transactions of my own, not including all the ones I've helped other people through. And our goal here is just to teach in these little micro 15-minute sections and just teach you how to do this. Teach, because I also want you to become a successful real estate investor. I literally lay in bed at night thinking about how can I help more people become financially free. It is the one thing that it probably drives me a little bit crazy because I lay down and I'm tired. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed and close my eyes. I'll lay back. And then my mind is like, okay, how can I help more people? Oh, I can start a podcast. I could do a webinar. How can I help more people? Hey, they could join my mighty network, Team Dwanderful. They could ask me questions and I could help more people. So I literally spend an unusual amount of time thinking about how I can help you guys become more successful. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse because my mind is just like, all the time thinking about stuff like that. So I printed out some new podcasts this week, reviews. I did not read them, so I'm going to read them to you cold right now. So this one says 5 stars. It says real talk. She brings a fresh perspective to the business of podcasting with a unique style. I've listened to her and she has made such a positive impact on my decisions. Thank you so much for this podcast. Aw, that's from Jacqueline. Very pretty name. Oh, Herrera from the United States. And here's another one that says, I loved listening to your podcast and I appreciate your authenticity. Thank you for speaking from your heart and sharing what everyone needs to hear about investing. You have a gift for helping others in so many ways. Aww, that's Christy Thomas. Thank you. I had to write those names down there. Thank you. I love that. All right, I've noticed a lot of my reviews are from women. Oh, no, here's one from a guy. Oh, I'm going to read one more real quick. The podcast, it says, worth subscribing. This podcast is the most information that I've come across. I've recommended it to all my friends and relatives who want to learn more about investing because the content is very digestible and concise. Robert Ely from the United States. I was just going to say, hey, there's a lot of women on here. I need some of you guys to tell me how great I am, too. But you did. Thank you, guys. All right, now, we're going to talk about, it is September 28th when the show comes out. So we're rolling into October, November, December. October, November, December is the last quarter of the year. Now, why is that exciting for a real estate investor? Well, it is exciting for a real estate investor because if you're working on short sales, if you're trying to buy anything that's bank owned, if you're trying to buy anything off the auction companies, everyone is in super high gear right now to get rid of all the bad debt off of their books. Everybody is in high gear right now. So I've had a lot of people say to me, well, Dwan, short sales don't work. We're coming out of the pandemic, blah, blah, blah. And I tell you, it's not true. If you go over to Mighty Networks, I have an app on my phone, Mighty Networks, and you download Team Dwanderful, we'll let you into the Team Dwanderful. And I'm telling you, let me just show you here. See all these? These are all people asking me questions, asking. So people that I'm working with and answering their questions, because my goal is always to help you get your first real estate deal closed. And maybe you've done more deals and you're like, hey, listen, I like talking about, all the things. The more advanced, the more basic, the whatever. I'm here for you for everything. I mean, honestly, I've done 2,000 deals. And my husband and I bought a town. So we're rehabbing a whole entire town. It's a lot. It's so much fun. Investing has always been fun, but right now with this town, I am having the best time. So I'm gonna tell you guys about a gangster move that I made. And Kaylee, this would be a super great time for this to be the clip. So here's Dwan's gangster move. We started buying buildings in this town called Clinton, Iowa. Now, there's a downtown partnership agreement, and everyone that owns one building gets one vote. Now, Bill and I decided to invest in this town because it's where he's from. And I tell you all the time, I'm a Hallmark junkie. I watch a Hallmark movie almost every day. I know it's like, Dawn said, wasted hour and a half of your life. No, it's not, because I relax. I know it's this formula. I know they're all going to end, but they're sweet. And there's just not enough sweetness in the world anymore. So our vision is from all the movies I've watched, is to make this like a Hallmark town. Like there's a Christmas festival, there's a Winter Fest, there's a Valentine's Day Fest, there's a Summer Fest, there's Oktoberfest, there's a Mardi Gras, there's a Christmas in July, there's a festival going on every single month, bringing people downtown. So we have a couple of people who have owned buildings for like a decade, but they own one here, one there, one here, one there. And in the last decade, they have literally done nothing to change the downtown. So we have ended up, in total, buying 20 buildings. I'm going to tell you about the last 5. So some of these buildings are like this. So our most recent building, it's a giant building. It was like a car shop or something. And it looks like it's 3 separate portions, but each one is its own parcel. So this building has 5 parcels, which we did not. We looked at the building before, like, I don't know, it's a garage, it's storage, but anyway, let's just check it out a little bit further. So what was happening is every time they have a downtown partnership meeting, I throw out, my husband and I, like, hey, this is Christmas in July. No, we tried that 5 years ago. It doesn't work. We don't want to do it again. Hey, let's have a wine walk. Everybody goes up and down the downtown and goes in the stores and they get a little sample some wine. No, let's have a coffee walk. Let's have a haunted walk. It's Halloween. Let's do a Christmas, like a Christmas tree lighting. And everybody's like, nope. And I thought, how on earth am I going to get around these people that keep shutting us down? Because no one thinks as big as we do. Because we're coming in and we ended up with 20 buildings, 20 parcels, and we want to roll this town around and turn it upside down like the city's been trying to do for a decade and really make it a destination. So to make it a destination, you have to be careful who you rent to. Like we had a mattress guy that wanted to rent a space. We said, no, mattress doesn't bring people down on a Saturday. People want to eat. They want to walk up to the shops. They want to shop. They want to go in the antique store. They want to have coffee. They want to eat outside and the lights on and stuff like that. So we kept getting a lot of things that we were trying to do shot down. So we called the girl that heads up the coalition, Karen. So listen, how do we get these people to start voting and with what we want? She says, well, honestly, if you owned 5 more parcels, you would be the majority shareholder, and you can pass everything you want to pass. So in a super gangster mood, my husband and I bought this garage with 3 bays, which is 3 parcels. It's got a big giant lot, which is its own parcel, and it's got a big storage unit, which is its own parcel. So now we have 5 extra parcels, which gives us the majority vote. So nobody knew that we had acquired these extra parcels. The next planning meeting, they were like, oh, no. And we said, hey, listen, we just want to let you know that we bought that space over there, so we have 5 extra parcels. So we now control the majority of the vote. So we are going to pass this thing. We're going to have a festival. We're having the wine walk. We're doing the music on the avenue, where they block off the streets and people come down, listen to music, and eat off the food carts. We had 1,200 people came downtown last month. 1,200. And so we just pulled a gangster move and said, this is the way it is. Everybody looks over at Karen. She's like, no, they have the majority. Everything that they want now can get passed. So a couple of the people who were like, we don't want to do any of that stuff, lost their rights. Because I'm like, listen, for 1 year, we attended the meetings. We came up with great ideas. We came in to back them like, hey, we will pay for this event to be downtown because we want this to be a destination like it used to be. It's on the river. All the towns around it have revamped their towns. It's adorable. And so in my gangster move, we bought more parcels and we became the majority. And then to top it off, we said, hey, we'd like to vote on expanding the downtown 1 block each direction. So downtown is 3 blocks wide and 3 blocks deep. That's all it is. It's just a little downtown, 3 blocks this way, 3 blocks that way. It's all an opportunity zone. It's got all the tax benefits, all the things that make you want to buy there. So we found 2 other buildings that were on the outside, 1 block over, and those didn't count as votes. So we said, hey, we're going to bring this up to the next meeting. We want to expand the downtown by 1 block in each direction. We go to the meeting. Everybody votes no. We said, no, we vote yes. So that gave us 2 extra blocks of the downtown and 2 more buildings. Now, 1 building looks like it's 4 bays. It's just 4 buildings attached to the other, which gave us 4 more parcels. And now it's in the downtown. So, not everybody is super happy with us, but you know what? We're making shit happen. It's like boom, 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 boom. We're making stuff happen. So, part of the call today is I just want to talk to you about the end of the quarter, getting your short sales done, your buying the bank-owned properties, going to auctions, bidding on the auction sites. There's auction.com, there's Hudson and Marshall, I think, moved with another one. So a million things going on. But if you're working in a town, you're working in an area, you're trying to change things up, and you can't get people to vote with you and agree with you, then just go like Dwan's OG. Just pull a freaking gangster move and outbuy the other people so that you can control things how you want. So in the next 12 months, we have like 15 events, and we don't care if the other people participate or not. All of our buildings are participating. All the people that rent from us in our buildings, they're all participating. And if nothing else, we're going to force those people to come into the future. We're trying to bring them into the future. So I just want you to know what a badass I am. And that when I will work with anybody in the best faith possible. But when you start stepping on my toes and getting in my way, even at the auction houses, I see them bidding up. And I call the guy and go, hey, who's the other bidder? Oh, it's the bank. The bank's bidding against you. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm going to pull a gangster move. I'm going to drop it out. I'm going to put that thing up to auction 15 different times. I'm going to call the guy and say, look, you need to take this offer, which is usually 40% of the value. Have the bank stop bidding me up. I'm going to sue them. I'm going to pull a gangster move on you. And when I'm working with the banks on short sales, I'll say, hey, you can't drag this on past the 31st of December because it's going to go on your books, and don't make me do that. So don't ever think that this sweet, loving little face that you see every week is not completely capable of pulling some gangster moves. It's like, hey, listen, I want to play with everybody, but no, I don't always play well. Bill and I just don't always play well with others. And when we have our mindset, and this is what we're going to do, and people get in our way, we just figure out a way to go around them, always legally. I mean, I'm not going to pull a gangster move and like bury bodies in some dumpster fire. I mean, I'm not insane. But there are a lot of ways to get around people that are holding you back. So don't ever forget that sometimes a gangster move is your best move. I am so proud of us. And we have so much going on. And one of the buildings that was one block over is now an event center. And they have 500 people every weekend coming through there. Because it's like a farmer's market, make all your things custom made kind of place that's open just on the weekends. It's crazy. So I think going into the last quarter, I just want to tell you to up your game and just be ready to do what you need to do to be successful. Obviously not ripping anybody off, not taking advantage of any homeowners, nothing like that. But if you're trying to like own the better part of a block or trying to buy some buildings and really change a neighborhood or trying to buy apartment buildings or downtown buildings, or you're trying to change an area and people don't agree with you, just pull a Dwan on them. They won't know what happened. All right. Oh, the mindset today, the life equity of the day, we're going to make it mental. And I want you to really put on your gangster hat. And when someone's not working with you or you can't get all your team players, you can't get everybody lined up, just loop around them, find a way to make it work and make sure it benefits you. Always make sure it benefits the homeowner. All right. So hit me up at dwanderful.com. I got some free stuff for you. Leave me a 5-star review. Hopefully I'll read your review. And remember, we'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. And the truth is in the red letters. Ciao.
Thank you for dropping by to the most wonderful real estate podcast ever, making real estate investment wonderful each and every time. And for more information on how to make your real estate dreams a reality, keep an eye on dwanderful.com and be sure to become a member.